Friday here. We're having a great one here. I actually had the day off, so I'm feeling really kind of energized and pumped here. My partner in crime, unfortunately, is off visiting a friend right now, so I decided this would be an interesting one to double down on something that is peculiarly interesting for men, boys, males of the species, if you will. War. That's right, actual war. And there is a game that came to my attention because I am somewhat familiar with one of the writers on it, and that's called Burden of Command. This is, I'm not entirely sure. Let me explain that here. I'm not entirely sure what this game is or how it's going to go forward. I know it's a World War II game. I know that there is there's definitely some sort of, where shall I put this? Okay, I need the reminders. There's definitely some sort of tactical combat simulator involved in it. There is also a narrative component to it as well. And that sounded really interesting to me. The writer I'm familiar with is a man named Paul Wang, who goes by the alias Cataphractic. And he wrote some choice-based games for the Hosted Games label, which is just the self-published version of Choice of Games. Choice of Games has a very strange reputation. I'm not always 100% with the kind of games they put out. The stuff they put out 10, 15 years ago was like far superior to some of the stuff they're doing today. But it's mixed. There's a mixed bag of stuff. If you like choose your own adventure flavored text games, these are really good. And Paul Wang or Cataphractic wrote a very interesting trilogy. I guess it's still kind of ongoing, though. It's like he drops one of these stories every 5 years at this rate. It's called Sabers of Infinity, Lords of Infinity. I guess the Infinity Universe is what it is. And it's a fascinating kind of light magic Napoleonic combat sort of game where you play a soldier who's a minor noble and is sort of working his way up through the ranks while his kingdom is at war with a much stronger power. I thought the writing was very good, and certainly the world building was spot on. So I was really interested to see what was going on in this game here too. But I really don't know, because this is going to be sort of a choice-based game, a combat game. I guess we'll just have to see here. So I think that's enough talking, because I really have not played this demo yet. The game's supposed to be released in April. So we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, though, please like and subscribe our channel. It really helps us out. Main screen turned on. There. All right, let's play this. Oh, it may not be ready for the Stream Deck, I guess. What I get for not actually testing it out before I stream it, I guess. This might be the world's shortest live stream. All right, let's see what we can do here. Properties. Default. Let's try good old 720p, shall we? All right, let's try this again. Oh, I see. I actually was already at 720. All right, we'll try it again. Display settings aren't ready for action. We should try 1080p, why not? Ah, there we go. Settings are hex grid. I like seeing hex grids. We'll do that. Auto ambient mouse over delay. Alright. Graphics. Colorized lovingly by volunteers. Okay, great. Period tinted. Yeah. Done. Alright. Sergeant Grant, Lieutenant Stern, Lieutenant Dearborn. Lieutenant. Alright. Start a campaign, see how this works. Cotton Ballers Balers. Cotton Balers demo. Okay. That was a very odd minimum resolution there, but I guess we'll see. We'll see why. Well, this demo does not. The final release will occasionally show disturbing images of graphic violence intended to convey the true burden of war. Okay.
Hello, this is Luke Hughes, lead designer for Burden of Command, and
Luke.
I'm breaking through the fourth wall today, ouch, to thank you. Thank you for taking a risk on something new, a leadership RPG.
Okay.
Now I imagine you're here hoping to test your mettle as a leader, emotionally, morally, tactically, in World War II. For us to give you that experience, it means a risk for you. What's the risk? Well, a new approach obviously requires a learning curve, and we all know learning curves can produce confusion, hell, even frustration, and playtesting has shown that there is a learning curve for Burden. Two kinds. The easier part, where you learn new mechanics, not tried before, and then the much harder ones, where we break some of your likely pretty ingrained assumptions about how, for example, repeated shooting will kill an enemy unit. We instead do something called the 4Fs, which we'll get into later. The point is, I'm going to be breaking in occasionally here to help you with video demonstrations, along with some design explanations about why we break these conventions. But remember, it's all to give you a credible leadership role-playing experience. And hey, we know these fourth wall break-ins may be jarring at times, but extensive playtesting has shown these videos can really help your journey. So please, keep an open mind, and hey, Cotton Baler, good luck out there.
Okay, Cotton Baler. Commence my journey. Tell me, did we just see this one? Let me hear. Oh, here we go. No, we didn't. We're about to embark on the Odyssey of the Cotton Baler, 7th Infantry Regiment, amid World War II. Okay. American Courage, American Carnage by John McManus. Reprinting. Nice. Tell me about your other sources. Okay. There's original music. Okay. Okay. More names, sure. Morning dew dribbles down the bright leaves of the forest. Platoon Sergeant Bennett leads the way beneath the canopy. That should be the hill. Bit of a walk, but we're close. On the back is slung the standard issue American M1 Garand rifle, a near twin to your own. I do. And how did you know I had a Garand hidden away someplace? Good job, guys. Get out of my house, actually. Sounds like he knows where he's going. I mean, I'm guessing since this is a leadership RPG, that complaining to the sergeant is probably not the best way, and oh yeah, I guess you know what you're doing is probably not the best way. So I'm going to go with number 2. We're going to take another compass bearing. You're on course, Lieutenant. Map references are pretty clear. Yes. Would not be unusual for trainers to throw me a curve by providing a dubious map. I agree. He's been in the Army since before the big draft in 40. He knows. And oh, okay, so we get some bonus kind of stuff here. I've been with the Army for a while. We get more prestige. Influence with superiors. Okay. I'm a recently commissioned lieutenant. 90-day wonder. Nice. I like that one. Trust plus 10. Trust. Soldiers, do you really trust the 90-day wonder more? I'm just curious. Okay. Trust. Oh, 10 trust is worth 1 prestige or loyalty. I see. It's sort of a currency. I'm a reservist. Loyalty plus 1 background of reservist. Loyalty is how much influence you have. I see. So we get loyalty there. Get regular army prestige there. I'm going to say I'm a recently commissioned lieutenant. Why not? Trust plus 10. Okay. Axis power. Time to move.
So here I am in boot camp somewhere in Virginia, 1942, just like you will be soon.
Okay.
I'm going to start with our first concept that will be familiar and unfamiliar, your first learning curve aspect. So, like games like XCOM and frankly many tactical games these days, we use action points. We call them orders, and they have the green dots. So this leader has 4 action points. And no surprise, when he say moves, he spends an action point, which you can see happening there.
Okay. We spend an action point. Okay. U.S. Army go to war in earnest, Mouse over the book icons for history or image notes. Book icon. Not see a book icon, unless you mean this. Okay, sure. This is where I realized that trying to use an Xbox controller on a game, I guess that was intended for PC, may not be the strongest play. I guess we'll see what happens. All right, so left click to select this leader. Does that work? Okay, that worked. Fine. Right click to move the leader. That work? Yes, okay. I'm thinking left click is the A button. Well, I guess we'll find out here soon enough, right? There's a book there. Okay. Too far. Okay. So right mouse click is left trigger, left mouse is right trigger. Okay. I don't know how I set that up that way, but sure, whatever. Left click mouse. Okay, fine. I guess that makes sense. So left click. And you said right click. All right, there we go. All right, expended in order. Yay, that's excellent. The gray circle that you saw float up indicated the expenditure of an order. Pertinent command runs on orders. Every unit has some, and you can't do anything we get shot at without one. Orders are spent to move a unit. You can usually move a unit multiple times. Okay, great. Left click. Try that again. Lieutenant Unnamed. Yes, that's my name. Lieutenant Unnamed. Right click to move him there. It's a good view. Good enough to see a few stragglers from the first platoon.
Kitchen patrol still on their way to the obstacle course.
Sergeant Bennett notes.
If we ever let them dog things, they'll never get there before dinner.
I'll order them to move up. Okay, I guess this sets. I guess I'm kind of shaping this character in these first choices. I guess, right? Okay, we'll see. No change to verbosity. Verbosity is one of 3 character traits. It reflects how much a leader likes to talk. Verbosity does not impact the tactical battlefield, but it may add personalization to conversations. Order them to move up. Yell down at those men. Verbosity +1. 3 characters does not impact tactical battlefield. Wave them forward. Verbosity -1. Change. All right, you maggots, let's move. We'll be verbose.
This is a leadership RPG. We're always going to be focused on bringing out leadership aspects.
Okay.
In the Army, leaders are in charge of platoons, which is a group of squads or
Okay.
companies. And so there's a command structure, and we do that too. This is a squad here, part of my rifle platoon. For it to do something, I've got to order it. Or, if you want to make it simpler, activate it. So, did you see an order came up on me? Not just the squad. The squad paid its action point, but I'm just going to say order from now on.
Mm-hmm.
But I paid an order because effectively I ordered the squad.
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
You yell down in a commanding tone, conditioned by training. They obey.
Oh, interesting. So the leader orders. That spends an order point for the leader. And then the squad can spend a couple of order points. It's not clear how that works, but okay. I guess logically. Logical, sure. All right, so left click the squad to select. Where are my order? Okay. Left click the squad. Seem to be working. Guess that's what they look like. All right, fine. Lieutenant Unnamed. All mindsets inactive. Activation for mindset requires strength. Okay, mindset is a thing here. Lieutenant Unnamed. Can I change that to? Oh, you know what? That's one of the things I never did like about the Steam Deck, is that it seems to... Okay. I'm not sure why that's not triggered. And we go to Lieutenant Dan. Go to Lieutenant Dan. Too far, too far. Okay, I get that. I don't want the leader. I want... Those guys are cowering. That's... There's no squad there. There is no squad there, guys. I don't know... I mean... This is the squad you meant. They're cowering. I mean, if there is there's supposed to be a squad there, it's not there. Here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to proceed on this one. Send up a message on the X. Too far. Fire at will. Cancel. Who's will? Move the squad here. Squads move slower than leaders. Okay, should... I'm gonna move Lieutenant Dan over here. Is that why he doesn't... Here's nothing there. Okay. Well, that's not working too well. Maybe I'll give it one more try here. I mean, it's nice graphics. I wonder if I messed it up a little bit. I guess we'll see. That first mile. The funny thing is, I kind of, I see where this game's going. I kind of like it. There's a little bit of tactical. There's a little bit of this narrative choice thing going on there, and your leader character that you're setting out seems to cool things. All right, so we'll just yes. God, we're not a bunch of wimps here, guys. Come on. Click to resume.
Hello, this is Luke Hughes,
Right.
lead designer
Yep.
for Burden of Command, and I'm breaking through the fourth wall today. Ouch! To thank you. Thank you for taking a risk on something new.
Okay.
A leadership RPG. Now I imagine you're here hoping to test your mettle as a leader,
Do this
emotionally,
again.
morally, tactically, in World War II. For us to give you that experience, it means a risk for you. What's the risk? Well, a new approach obviously requires a learning curve, and we all know learning curves can produce confusion,
Sure.
hell, even frustration, and playtesting has shown that there is a learning curve for Burden. Two kinds. The easier part, where you learn new mechanics, not tried before, and then the much harder ones, where we break some of your likely pretty ingrained assumptions about how, for example, repeated shooting will kill an enemy unit. We instead do something called the 4Fs, which we'll get into later. The point is, I'm going to be breaking in occasionally here to help you with video demonstrations,
Okay.
along with some design explanations about why we break these conventions. But remember, it's all to give you a credible leadership role-playing experience. And hey, we know these fourth wall break-ins may be jarring at times, but extensive playtesting has shown these videos can really help your journey. So please, keep an open mind, and hey, Cotton Baler, good luck out there.
All right, well, I'll just go commence my journey here. I'm going to choose the exact same choices I did before. Recently commissioned lieutenant. Time to move.
So here I am in boot camp somewhere in Virginia, 1942, just like you will be soon. I'm going to start with our first concept that will be familiar and unfamiliar, your first learning curve aspect. So, like games like XCOM and frankly many tactical games these days, we use action points. We call them orders, and they have the green dots. So this leader has 4 action points. And no surprise, when he say moves, he spends an action point, which you can see happening there.
Great. Okay. So I do have people there now, at least. Okay, so we'll left click the leader, right click to move them there. All right, that worked. Left, okay. Recircle, you saw float up indicated the expenditure in order, runs on order. Okay, great. Gotcha. Okay, they're still there. Left click, right click to move here. I'm gonna yell down at the men because we're verbose.
This is a leadership RPG. We're always going to be focused on bringing out leadership aspects. In the Army, leaders are in charge of platoons, which is a group of squads or companies. And so there's a command structure, and we do that too. This is a squad here, part of my rifle platoon. For it to do something, I've got to order it. Or, if you want to make it simpler, activate it. So, did you see an order came up on me? Not just a squad. The squad paid its action point, but I'm just going to say order from now on. But I paid an order because effectively I ordered the squad.
Okay. All right, so we have 2 remaining orders. Okay. Left click the engineers. At least they're there this time. Okay. Right click to move. That was strange how that didn't work the first time, but okay. Call for double time, Lieutenant Sergeant Bennett asks. Okay.
This squad has been activated. The leader no longer needs to pay an order to activate it. So let's move it, and you'll see no action from the leader. He didn't spend another order.
Okay, we're already selected. Double time. Come on, man, double time, double time.
So I'm going to come down there, join my squad,
Please do.
lead, grab them both, and go somewhere. Now this time, they'll both pay an order. But be careful, it's not an activation order. They're both moving. You don't get a free ride. You got to pay for the move too. So, there you go. We're similar to games you're used to. Action points. But in this case, they're really orders, and they involve things like squad activation.
So just activating the squad kills an order. Okay. Here they are. Sergeant Bennett noted Sergeant Layton, no relation, and his kitchen patrol reached the summit.
Layton, you see the obstacle course from here.
Clearly they can't go very far with us. If only they were in better shape. They are not part of the coming exercise. If only they were in better shape. Stream costs more movement points across than flat open land. You won't always be able to get somewhere in single order, especially with squad in tow. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I like the little sound effects. It sounds like people walking through grass. You will have to detach from Layton's squad. Okay. The first left click of a hex selects both units. Second, okay. Or if either a leader portrait or the squad below will select only that unit. Do not follow Luke's example in the video and instead rebel and left click the leader portrait repeatedly until only the leader is highlighted. See selected portrait. Okay. I see. You have to actually click the portrait itself. I see. Okay. Right click to enact. Moving only the leader here. Oh, you get to confirm. Yes, just Lieutenant Unnamed. Okay.
Honestly, it would have been simplest to design the game as 1 unit per hex, like many games do.
Civilization.
But frankly, it just felt wrong not to have leaders in with their men leading them.
Okay.
So we committed to simple stacking. 1 leader, 1 squad per hex.
Okay.
So then how do you manage selection? It's simple. Click any unit in the hex, both select, because you probably want to move both of them normally. But maybe you just want to move the leader this time.
Maybe you do.
Click again. And here I am. So I'll do the same thing again. I'll click the squad, and I go back and forth between just the squad and both.
Follow me, men 18 through 19. Okay. Take a breather. We're almost there. KP squad. The KP squad itself moved twice the normal amount for a green rifle squad. What if I didn't move the squad? I have a question answered, then I have a question answered. Veteran squads have more orders. What if I didn't move them? Then you had 1 more order. Simple trade-off. Want to move leader? Order. Want to move squad? Order. You're salty, we'll get to that, but yep, order. Okay. Alright. Okay. Order. Yay, I got an achievement. That's great. miniature Eisenhower here? Is that what this guy is? Any late, Lieutenant. Salute. Remain silent as is proper. What is the mission of this field problem? Get to that shortly. It's a live fire. No. Budget constraints. Where's my rifle squad? You should know that. You should not be hard to find. Where's the rest of my platoon? Okay. Path may use the fuse moving points, but it doesn't use terrain. Okay. Control right click to establish waypoints. Oh gosh. Don't get anyone killed. Hence burden. Man. Okay, so select your leader. La 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 leader. Move. Right, waypoints. Okay. It's dog dick low. Gosh. They're not doing well. This adds personalization. Okay. Each. Oh. Apparently the D-pad also acts as select. Keep that in mind. Morale is central. Good morale. Firefights. 50-50 you win. Okay. Morale shaken. Enemy more likely to win. Bad morale cowering. Firefights. Enemy will win. Wow. One order. No movement toward enemy. You fail morale checks. Okay. It's a little... I guess it's okay that the personality traits just...
Sergeant Bennett is reminding me I need to teach you about the backbone of your company's performance.
Okay.
It's morale. So here we have a good order squad. It's green, no suppression, has 2 orders, moves about 3 hexes, tries to move under fire, pass the morale check to do that, about 70%. And if it fires in an enemy, 50-50. Now notice those initiative wheels, donuts I like to call them. You really want to win initiative, because if you win initiative, you fire first, you suppress the enemy, reduce their morale, and then their fire back will be weak. Now let's look by contrast at this shaken company. It's yellow. It's lost about half its morale to suppression. First thing to notice, subtly, is it only moves 2 squares forward. It can still retreat because they're more cautious because they're shaken. Also, let's notice one more thing, only 1 order. So the morale is actually reduced the total quantity of actions you can give this squad. Pretty bad. And guess, if you fire them, not going to go so well. You're going to lose. And the morale check's unlikely. Finally, let's look at these poor guys. About 9 points of suppression. They're red. They're basically cowering. They won't even move forward. Though you can still move them back to get rallied, maybe behind a hill or in some cover. I wouldn't bother trying to fire. Not going to work. And you can give up on assault. Now, friend, let's have a little fun here. This is a 3-star unit, very experienced. What do you notice? It's got 3 orders, not 2. That's a big win. And guess how it's going to do in firefights? Very well. And guess how it's going to do on morale checks? Hey, it doesn't even have to pass a morale check to move under fire. Work hard, Captain. Maybe you'll have units like this eventually. Lead them well.
Okay, time to rally. Okay, no orders, sure. Select the leader. Okay, I think the leader is selected. Then rally the leader in the squad. This consumes one leader. Left click the rally. You have to right click the squad. Oh, I see. Hey. Some choices are merely informative and have no overt effect on gameplay. Okay. Okay.
Anyone got a light?
Mission draw. Okay. End the round repeatedly until a new turn begins. Lieutenant Einstein. Deploy your men and take them under fire. And remember, this exercise is timed. Shouldn't refight the last war. Okay. Favor the men, favor the mission. No rest for the wicked. Not in this army. Tune us together again. Precisely. Best position. Bolster their spirits. Okay.
Remember Sergeant Bennett's wise comment that morale is the backbone of your company's performance?
Sure.
Well, what do you think the role of leadership is then? Of course, it's to manage that morale. Let's look at your tools. One of them is bolster. So here we have a good order unit. And if we were to attack, it'd be 50-50 on attack. It moves 3 squares. It has 70% morale check.
Sure.
But let's bolster it. A lot more movement.
How do you...
Hey, it's going to pass that morale check. And look at the firefight. Bolster enhances an already good unit so it is significantly more effective, especially for firefights.
Okay.
The experience and the trust of the leader comes to bear. Don't make the mistake, however, of thinking of bolster as sort of a poor man's rally, rally for one action. I've moved the leader down to this shaken squad, half morale, and I'm thinking, well, it's pretty poor for a firefight right now. Maybe I'll bolster it and it'll be fine. Well, there's some improvement. If you studied this, you'd see the suppress predictions are a little bit better, but you're still going to lose initiative. It's not a rally. If you want a unit with shaken or below morale to improve, rally. Rally, by contrast, fully restores morale for the long term. Of course, it does take a turn to do. So you'll have to pick the time and place for when you rally.
I see. So
for when you
bolster is kind of
bolster,
like a
or for when
soft
you orchestrate your
rally.
platoon and company to be effective all at once,
But-
rather than dribble in an attack on the enemy.
I see. A boost until that unit. Anything else? Okay. Does not remove suppression. Bolster. Thing about bolster is that, yeah, movement. Better than good. It's better than good morale. Better than bad. It's good. All right. Bolstered. Fair. Select Lieutenant Unnamed. Bolster. Bolster the leader and the squad. Okay. Squad. Great. Wonderful.
Already, Sergeant Bennett says. Where to, Lieutenant? Should we have Grand March down and go ahead?
Time to make a decision. All right. There's never enough time for the medic. Yeah, sure. Okay. You prepare to do what you can. Okay. Three squads and only so many orders left. Left click to select all units in the hex. Will be consumed as usual. Okay, cool. So am I attacking here, I guess? Hang on, let's see here. Squad of I'm like thinking to myself that maybe I should have paid more attention to that video, to that last video, because I'm not sure. I guess all of these squads here are mine, right? And I guess it's up to me to decide what I want to do next. Is this the house I'm trying to attack? You have 3 squads and only so many orders. Left click to select all units in a hex. Left click. Well, I guess we'll just see what happens. I make it to the house. I can make it to the house. Interesting. Attach the leader. I see. So here are my choices. Move this bolstered leader and squad. And the answer is, yeah, you know what? Frontal attack! Let's see what happens.
There they are. Those damn walls give them better cover than anything we got. Okay.
Umpire with the clipboard makes a note. All right, a lengthy one. Okay, let's open fire. Let's do it. The umps will take note. Every little bit helps to build our fire against the enemy before they do the same to us. Left click to select the unit you want to have open fire, then right click the enemy. Okay. Shoot here. Oh, this is like live action, huh? Assault. Should I release the prisoners? Yes, I win.
You can't just assault across every battlefield. You'll need fire and movement to get the job done, or you'll get a lot of your men killed.
Sore loser. The men know I can win. understand. Next time. Okay.
I understand. Next time we will train properly.
The men did well. That is what matters. All right, cool. Failed here in 7. The mission draw. Umpire declared a draw. Well, the umpire is full of crap. Yeah. All right, well, we'll continue.
A good leader needs to be able to think ahead, anticipate a situation, and make a decision based on the best information available.
Okay. As the fighting draws down. Sure. Referees called it a draw. Nothing you could do about it. They drafted me for this shit. Are you a girl with a star-spangled heart? Join the whack now. Okay. Okay. Crookshank. Leo Armstrong. Greetings from Camp Pickett, Virginia. Nice sousaphone there. Aid your men. Okay. I see. Wow. The captain earns extra trust. Okay. Cheat sheet. Click anywhere to continue. Okay. During training, aid is more limited. Okay. Bollens et Poltons. Portrait on the right to review and aid your men. Lieutenant Unnamed. That's me, baby. Lieutenant Wilson. Lieutenant Dearborn. Lieutenant Stern. All right. First squad. Yeah, I like those guys. Those guys are cool. Those guys are boring. Yeah, okay. Those guys help each other out. That's like the Hufflepuffs. Okay, great. Combat fatigue. I mean, I'm not seeing... Okay, I get that. I appreciate that you're giving me pop-ups. I'm just not sure what that means. Casualty. Anything. Trust. Casualty. Let's see here. Okay. L2, P2. Ah. This cost me 2 loyalty, 2 prestige. Okay. I'll give them the next one. Is that good? I see. 25. 7. These guys need some. Wow. Okay. I can't give any to myself. Fine. Through P2. 32. 25. Is that it? That's all I can do, I guess. Yeah, okay, I guess I'm down to 0. Okay, that's fine. I mean, could I have given any to these guys? No. Done. Continue. second chance. Second chance at winning. I think I won the last one anyway. Okay, so I guess this is...
Well, it was infantry. And infantry is different than cavalry. We didn't have horses, but they had light tanks, the cavalry did.
So what kind of training then would you have in the infantry?
Bayonet, hand grenade. You don't throw a hand grenade like a baseball, you lob it.
Urbana, Illinois. No way. Nice. ILL. Gerard Yaxley. Thank you, Mr. Yaxley. That's cool. I'm glad they included that. Soldiers are... You know, I will say this as an aside. This game seems to be written by people who had a tremendous amount of respect for the history of World War II. The wargame aspect is really kind of nice. I'm enjoying that. It's not too complicated, which I guess is what they were going for. This is not Advanced Squad Leader or Third Reich or anything like that, which is good. I mean, this is a game I'm playing on the Steam Deck, right? But these little vignettes here, the recording of an actual World War II veteran, that was cool. I wasn't expecting that. The little... the little memorabilia that's getting thrown out there, it looks like it's legit. I'm assuming they didn't just gin that up with AI or anything like that. It doesn't look like it. So, yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I'm liking this and I'm enjoying this. I can tell that Mr. Paul Wang, aka Catafrac, definitely had a hand in writing these. I'm noticing the same kind of trends here a little bit, and they are that's definitely a positive thing. I don't know how much these choices are actually impacting. Like, it feels like it's more local color of the story than anything, but I don't know, and I don't know that that's a bad thing either. This is interesting. Kind of gets you into the moment a little bit. We'll see. We'll continue with this. I'm enjoying it so far. I wonder how far it goes. I'm gonna have to break for dinner at some point here. Soldiers run in the recent jobs take their toll. Quicken or slacken the pace. Double time, you maggots! Double time, right? Let them rest, they're worn out. They also quite... You know what? I gave them experience, so they can rest. Ah, yes. Mini-Eisenhower is back. Fire and movement culminating with an assault upon the objective, except this time your platoon will have support from your company's weapons platoon. Okay, great. Heavy weapons coming up, Lieutenant! Great. They don't have real guns, they have logs. Hey Stern, we're about to kick off. Add some chrome to conversations, I like that. Hey Stern! Not without us!
You're almost late, Lieutenant.
Ah, the Krauts, yes. Weapons platoon will be initially unavailable. What completely valid reason is there for that? Rifles first because... Alright, I gotta try that. Rifles first, then the machine gun. Okay. Each platoon has a leader in command. Stern is in charge of one of these platoons. Rifles first, then the machine gun. Okay. Some of the combat outcomes you will have to sort, and yes, these can be accessed by the GUI reference screen, the one you bring up by hitting the question mark. Where's the question mark? I don't see the question mark. I guess it's everything but tanks. Alright.
Bennett tells me you're progressing, LT. So today we get to talk about tactics, not just mechanics.
Alright, let's learn tactics.
Without further ado, why don't we go to, I think, the core of how we're different from most tactical games that the casual gamer or others might be familiar with,
the four
namely
Fs.
bang, 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 you're dead games. This is true of a fair number of tactical World War II games too, but I don't think of reality. You know, people don't want to die. You fire at them, they're going to get down behind the stone wall, and your bullets aren't going to do much.
This is true.
So, instead, you need what's called the 4Fs. So here we are in Germany. You've got elements of a rifle platoon. You've got Germans up north. And your goal is to suppress them first. You're not going to succeed in killing them. They're in pretty good cover, and they're going to put their heads down.
Okay.
So you've started firing, but it's not just bang, 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 even for suppression. You have to be smart. You have to use your leadership. You have to bolster, improving their fire. The leader is directing the fire here. He's using a heavy weapon, which is intimidating, higher rate of fire, puts more bullets around the squad.
Okay.
You know, when you hear bullets whizzing by, you start to be suppressed, meaning you're keeping your head down. And you can see the color bars here are telling us the state of the enemy's morale. They've gone from green to yellow, and they will shortly be at red. They've been doing an effective job here. He's suppressed. Ah.
Okay. Rifle squad, MGT, mortar squad, leader. Whistle blows. Finish the exercise before turn 2. Don't get anyone killed. Okay. Rifle squads may shoot 5 hexes away. Shooting will consume up to 2 orders. Shooting through the woods will not provide the enemy with cover, but the building certainly will. Okay. Okay, so select this squad, then right-click to shoot. This consumes 1 leader order and 2 rifle squad orders. Okay. Nice. Keep them pinned down. Stone walls stop bullets. They're not invincible. We've got the firepower. Let's make them keep their heads down till Stern is ready. Second squad, prepare to fire! Enemy's already partially suppressed, so this should be a little easier. Do I actually have to? Yeah, I guess I do. I'm like, you know, I kind of wish that the order I give in the text would just be like, okay, you guys are firing now. That's cool. But instead, I guess I have to select second squad. Yeah, that's first squad. Oh, maybe they... Okay, maybe they did. Shoot that enemy, please. I don't like how you're shooting like from behind those other guys, but that's okay. Signal Sergeant Grant, he replies with equal vigor. Vigor! And gets the other squad into position. JFK. Private Hancock is again mislaid the protective ears on either sides of his machine gun's sights. No doubt to remove something he considers to be a distraction. Do a little shooting myself. Eventually gain XP. Oh, later option. Thrust. We're shooting. At this range, the iron sight nearly covers the target. That's probably it for rifle work. Give them a taste of 30 cal instead. Same rounds, but a lot more of them if we had permission to use a radio. No radios are available, but we do have the flags. The umpire waves set. I see. You could always send a runner, slower but more reliable, if they don't get shot. Should have opened fire with the MG first. really wanted, yeah, I want the mortar. The Empire didn't want that, so it didn't happen. Firefights can be completed. Hold the Alt key to mouse over each section for breakdown of what's going. I actually check this here. What counts as the Alt key here? I don't have an Alt key. Oh man, that's going to be interesting. Map tab key. I have a tab key. That's the trouble using the Steam Deck for this game. It's not... I actually need to get a keyboard. I mean, I have keyboards all over the place here, but I actually need to get something like that together so that I can actually use this correctly, because without the keyboard handy on this Steam Deck, it's just not quite the same. Yeah, we're going to get a Bluetooth keyboard to play this, I think, when it comes down to it. I don't have an Alt key. Left joystick, right joystick, left mouse click. Directional pad. I forget, can I... Official layout for Team Fortress 2. Okay. Let's go back. We'll try the flags. Why not? See what happens. End the round. Activate stern. Okay, well, actually, you remember I was complaining before I wasn't sure that these things were actually
further reinforce that
helping anything. These decisions are just color. That seemed to actually impact a few things.
Into leader rounds. If it's your leader round, you only get to lead your men. And you don't get to lead them doing Stern's leader round.
Ah. Okay. Leading. Okay. If a leader is leading, that will be indicated. If no one's leading, that will be indicated too. I like my leaders to be leading. Let's invoke. Oh, I guess not. We see, therefore, how from the commencement the absolute, the mathematical as it is called, nowhere finds any sure basis in the calculations and the art of war. And from the outset there is a play of possibilities, probabilities, good and bad luck, which spreads about with all the coarse and fine threads of its web, and makes war of all branches of human activity the most like a gambling game. Karl von Clausewitz, on war. Time. No, he had real rate.
That end toward the enemy.
You could activate this squad, but do not do so yet. Okay. Why don't I activate this squad? These guys are out of orders. I mean, I could activate this squad too, right? Oh, except rifles first, then machine gun. That was our orders, so... Okay, so just end the round. That's all they want me to do. Mine. Me and turn, not just run. Okay, fine. Giving me a warning there. That's okay. Having more than one platoon is good. You'll let the enemy take a turn. So Lieutenant Dan has just 2 more orders left. Open fire with the MG. All right. Select. Let her rip. Get on with it. Everything's timed. I should have bolstered, apparently. Fine. I didn't think I could bolster from halfway across the field, but whatever. That was a lot of firepower. Worth the weight of carrying it forward. If we really want to make them huddle and puddle in their boots, we'll need the mortars. Lieutenants will spot the fall of his unit's mortar rounds from his location. That is the only way to ensure accuracy. Stern. They just need Stern to be in a position to spot the fall of the rounds. Okay.
Lay it on him!
All right, do we have the mortar? So left click on Stern. Okay. Left click here. Spot for the mortars. Oh, I see. Yes, the mortars. Right click to mortar this guy. Oh, was I supposed to bolster again? I'm sorry.
So, some of you will recognize this, but note there weren't any casualties.
Mm-hmm.
So, now we have to, ideally, flank and finish.
Okay.
And Dearborn, let's hope you can do the job here. So it's really about sort of laying down the field work for success. There's a lot of games that focus on drama of melee, but from what I've read, for instance, in Leo Murray's book, actually most assaults led to surrender or retreat because people suppressed don't really want bayonets in the stomach.
Find, fire, fix, and finish. All right, I'll try additional information and entertainment. Why not?
So I've simplified here, but if you want more depth, The Real Rule, Small Arms in Combat, good 4-page article. War Games by advisor Leo Murray goes into some depth. I will say for most gamers we see in playtesting, this is a significant learning curve. They want bang, 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 you're dead, and they overdo it. We have to train them very hard to do the 4Fs.
Cool.
And with that, we have to train them to know the different types of units and their strengths and weaknesses. And I'll let this speak for itself for a moment. Kind of your all-around guys.
Okay.
Notice they're getting into flanking position.
Excellent.
Remember, 4Fs. It's
You've
our
just
maneuver
been
element.
flanked.
This is our fire base. Ideally with good leadership, unless you sent the leader to help with the assault. And you can move the machine gun, but then if you do that, they won't be able to fire, right? It's a trade-off. Let's let the mortar speak for themselves now. Notice there was a line of sight blockage with the trees, but the spotter helped you. We model spotting. So your leader may creep up and direct indirect fire from behind the hill. It's combined arms to do the 4Fs. Can't miss a patent quote when you have the chance.
The Army employs field manuals for field problems, and they have revised those recently.
There we go, Lieutenant. Ain't nothing a soldier can do about a shell that has his name on it.
However, the squad isn't considered dead, merely pinned, and they'll stay that way unless you execute an assault to either take prisoners or force the enemy to retreat. Bang, bang, bang. Will not take positions or prisoners. The squad will just hunker down. Things out. That is why you need to make an assault.
G.I. Joe can do it.
Let's take him in the flank. All right.
Okay. So, I suspect we should bolster this squad, right? So, leading. All right. Lieutenant
Unnamed.
excluded. What? Well, can't we flank him here? Right? This is bolster, right? What? Oh, okay. All right, Lieutenant Stern. I mean, okay. Can he bolster from here? Okay, well, I'm not sure which one I'm supposed to bolster. Is this because this is a machine gun? This is a mortar. These guys are kind of done for the round. And these guys are fresh with Lieutenant Unnamed and ready to go. So where is the problem, guys? Exactly. Oh, I see. You want me to end the round to switch to the rifle squad. But I've got these guys right here. They just need to hop the fence and jump in and take these guys right in the flank. They're right there ready to go. Okay, fine. End. Okay. Select these units. Fine. Yes, thank you. Bolster. Okay. All right. How do we set waypoints? Facing creep. I think I'm going to end up dying. You know, what would be very, very, very useful here would be a explanation as to what command, what keys or what, you know, keystrokes do what command, because I can't remember what I was supposed to do to set a waypoint. And of course, doubly so because I'm using a freaking Xbox controller connected to a Steam Deck here for this. But still, all I wanted to see was, you know, how that was playing out. Just an FYI. If anyone from Burden of Command is watching, I hope you are. That'd be awesome. Be sure to like and subscribe, please. Helps the channel out. College ain't gonna pay for itself, you know what I'm saying? User interface. Does that do it? No, guess not. Quality of life convenience. I think they said, all right. All right, so I guess this means we're taking Lieutenant Dan here. I just bolstered, didn't I? Select a squad, okay. Selected. Bolster. Squad here.
That's the way!
Assault these enemies via right-click after selecting the assault option. Oh, so left-click the assault. Yes, assault! Full frontal assault! Left-click to select assault. Well, I just did that, didn't I? Yeah, right-click on the assault button. Well, it looks like we're going the right way, so fine. Cowering. Let's do this.
Let's get it done.
Yes. We did it. Major victory. Excellent. That's the way, LT. Yeah, yeah. All right, man. We're doing this. Excellent. And that field umpire. Oh, another enemy squad sighted. They're attempting to reinforce the objective. Now have begun a counterattack. You must deal with them. What? Where? There. Oh. Okay. New enemy. Interesting. The little green eye icon indicates that one of your squads is still undetected by the enemy. Ah, this guy here. Excellent. Okay. Fog of War cuts both ways, so they could have more people. We know this guy's here, right? Line of sight only. Info and options severely restricted. Okay. Press Alt key. All right, so those guys are basically done. So the guys who just took the house can't do anything about it. Lieutenant Stern over here. I'm sorry, Lieutenant Stern. Lieutenant unnamed. Lieutenant Stern excluded. Oh, God. I mean... I think I'm going to have to just pass. There's nothing I can really do here, I don't think. Lieutenant Stern. Okay. Unavailable. Check who is leading this round. These guys unavailable. So I'm available here. Not fresh and spent together. Okay, I think we just have to end it. So we're going to end the relief. Okay. So what do we do here? Lieutenant Unnamed still has nothing going on. Lieutenant Stern do something? Stern have anything going on? Does. Stern can bolster. Recon by fire and weapon range. May reveal hidden enemies if used to fire on seemingly empty hexes. Hold fire. Alright. Why don't we do that? See if this works. Wow, those stars. What did the stars mean? I guess I got XP or something. Nice. Excellent. Cool. Carry on, guys. Well done. Spent. Okay. I think everybody is spent here, so I think we're just going to end the... May end turn, not just round. Game turn will end if enemy passes, since all your leaders are spent. I mean, I don't think there's anything else I could do here, so let's do it. The field umpire makes another note on his clipboard.
Great exercise so far, huh, Lieutenant?
Ah, the rare valid point, says
Mini-Eisenhower.
proceed.
Actually, no, this isn't Mini-Eisenhower. This is like Elmer Fudd.
New enemy. Take them out. Take them out. All of them.
Okay, so I'm fresh and ready to go here. So here is... Can these guys... Here's a question. You guys. Can you do anything? Heads down. How about Lieutenant Steve? Lieutenant Steve, Lieutenant Steve. Except I'm gonna have Lieutenant Mendrick over here. Gonna rally his machine gun again. Wait. How did I do that thing? Order. Like, can we hit them? Rally, press, board. All right. There. Loop them. How about the machine gun? All right, Stern. Bolster your men. Suppose I should have bolstered the other guy too, but I did not. That's all right. Heads down, heads down. Okay. That's not going to do too much, is it? What about these guys? Unavailable. And not the active leader. Okay. Lieutenant Dan. God, Lieutenant Stern is leading this round. I'm sorry. I think he needs to rally our... So this is telling me that these guys are heads down. It looks like they're all green. But I'm assuming if everyone's all heads down, that I should probably go ahead and do it. All right, here we go. See, what I don't understand is like it's saying, oh, you're going to engage in heads down, heads down. I don't know what that means. If you told me what that means, I'm sorry. I don't remember it. Creep, disabled. Press, disabled. Take command, Captain. Opportunity fire. Like, it seems like just having the machine gun attack. Then again, I guess if they're coming out, then we don't have any cover here. Maybe not. Alright, so I'm going to end this. right, we will have Lieutenant Dan take over. Second squad. Heads down. Okay. What can we do about this? That's not any. That's crap. What about third squad? That, wow, we can definitely do. But first, we bolster. Bolster, yes, yeah. Fixed bayonets. Hit them. Resolute, steady. Hit them. Go hand to hand. Really? Shit.
That's a bunch of horse cock. Shut up.
Field Empire signals for you and Bennett to approach. Okay. What do you mean minor victory? Out of action, sir. Exit story before... You know what? I think we will... I think I'm going to call it here. Surprise is usually decisive. Very good. All right, that was fun. That was fun. I had a good time. I'm playing that one. There we go. So, as for me, I like the game. I like where they're going with this. It's a little confusing in a few places, but I think the tutorial really smoothed everything over, and I thought that was well done. I like that they took the time to talk through us. I like that the developer got on and actually just started explaining how to do it. You know, the live training aspect was nice. You might say that that's something of a career of mine, a vocation and an avocation of mine, and I enjoy seeing it when it's done well. I liked the narrative aspect. I hope there's more choices that actually impact the game, though I suspect they're going to be few and far in between. But I did see there was at least one or two that did, and that was cool. It's not completely smooth with the Steam Deck. I suspect if when you're actually doing real gameplay, I'm going to have to set up a keyboard on the Steam Deck, or I don't know, get a real gaming PC or something. Or you guys could release it on the Xbox. No, don't release it on the Xbox. I can tell you haven't planned on that one. I wonder if it's on the Mac. If it's on the Mac, I could actually do that much easier. That'd be nice. So that's good. But otherwise, I'm looking forward to it. I think I will buy this when it comes out. You've definitely convinced me. I don't know if there's anything more in this demo. I do have to leave. I actually have to get something to eat because it is literally 8 o'clock here. But well done, Burden of Command team. I think you've done a good game. I've enjoyed the demo, and I'm really looking forward to what's coming next. So thank you. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to play it. And in other events, I'm seeing here from my good buddy Smash JT that Ubisoft is forming a new gaming entity with Tencent. Interesting. Ubisoft is the one creating Assassin's Creed, and there's a little bit of controversy at the moment here. I'm really interested that they actually are doing that. I'm actually looking this up. Ubisoft. Tencent. Getting a new business entity to manage Assassin's Creed and other big games. Interesting. So I'm looking at PC Gamer right now. A Bloomberg report says struggling publisher Ubisoft is looking for investors for a new business venture that will take control of some of its most valuable gaming property, including Assassin's Creed. Ubisoft has contracted potential investors, including Tencent, about acquiring a minority share. Nothing finalized. Bloomberg said Ubisoft and Tencent are looking at creating a new venture. Okay. I don't know if this is really ground shaking here, but Ubisoft is not doing well. That much is absolutely certain. And this Assassin's Creed has just been a public relations disaster for them from the start. I'll be frank. I've dabbled in Assassin's Creed in the past. I've never really played it hardcore or anything like that. I'm certainly not a fanboy of that series. But literally nothing I've seen out of them suggests that's a game I'm really interested in playing at all. It was kind of funny because Baldur's Gate was not normally a game I'd have been all that interested in playing at all either, but I kind of got into the whole swing of the thing and was willing to give it a shot. This one, it never sounded interesting to me. I played a little bit of it. I always thought it was a little bit contrived, and I didn't really like the time travel aspect, and I never thought it was anything really all that. I always think if you're going to do history, do history. Don't do fictional history. And if you're going to do fictional history, create a new universe, create a new world, and do it that way. What these guys are doing with Burden of Command, that's exactly how you do a historical war game. What Ubisoft's doing with Assassin's Creed, no, I don't like that. This whole time travel thing, I don't like that. It's not... I think gaming has the potential to be a tremendously powerful teacher of history. And I'm looking back in games like President-Elect or Balance of Power or Geopolitique 1990, Carmen Sandiego, where the original, yes, I'm old enough to have played OG, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego on the Apple IIe. All of those games taught me a hell of a lot about history and geography and politics. They were fantastic tools for that. I think Burden of Command has the potential to be a really fantastic teaching tool for World War II history, military tactics, just how the war was fought. And even if that's different from how wars are fought today, that's fine. The point is, you at least you gain the knowledge and the perspective of what those soldiers were going through. Why did they do that? Why was it such a meat grinder? How did they react to it? What did they do to try to ameliorate those things? So this is fascinating things to learn. And there's always an interesting lesson to get out of it. I've always thought Assassin's Creed just failed miserably at that. It just wasn't engaging, wasn't interesting. They weren't really, they were always more interested in the story than the history. And I was like, well, just do a fantasy then. Don't pretend you're actually doing history. Don't fictionalize history. Do real history and tell a fictional story. Or better yet, just do your own world. There's nothing wrong with that. But and you can say it's inspired, by the other thing. And I think, I think Choice of Games, again, I have mixed feelings about them at times, but I think they do a good job at really just encouraging people to create fantasy worlds. Just build your own universe. Don't try to squeeze everything into the real history if you're doing a historical game, unless you really want to go all in on that. And that's also a fine thing to do too. But Assassin's Creed, no, I'm not. I just think Ubisoft is about to go over a cliff with that. I think it's going to be a disaster. I don't think anyone's interested in buying it. I think they've really ticked off their hardcore base on that, and I think it's going to be miserable for them. And I can't say it's not well earned either, because they basically crapped on their fan base. What did you expect? What was your end game? How did you think that was going to play out? Did you think magically people were going to want to buy it after you told people you didn't want them to play it? I mean, come on. Anyway. Okay, I think that's it. I really need to get something to eat now because I am literally starving. And I think that's all we have time for today. I really appreciate the people who showed up and watched. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe the channel. As I said before, it does help us out. And that's it. We'll see you on the flip side.